answer the question. So unasema kenye unaitwa nani, unasema kenye unafanya in the marketplace, alafu unajibu swali ambayo iko kwa kati, ambayo iko kwenye kati.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I am Eric Ongadi. I'm a businessman. Currently, I'm dealing mostly with the portable use. So, we do an exhaustion that is like. So we do provide portals in all the events. So in case you have events around, can always contact us. Thank you. Yeah. What's one city that love is thing for what? We are the Singapore people.
Nice. So everybody deals with the portable toilets. So if you have a function, a big or a small function, and you need those portable loos, wanasema pesa ya uchafu si changu. So he does exhaustion. So you can talk to him about it. Then you go to
Good evening, everyone. I'm called Emmanuel Pella. I'm an event planner and head maker and a florist. I'm based in Louis, Susu, and we're going to go short to the query. If you had a personal motto, what would you name of you? Build the past, fight for the future. Thank you.
build the past and
Fight.
build the past and hold for the future. So if you have a wedding, if you have an event, you need a tent, you can talk to him. He's very good and he's been doing this for years. And when you see those balloons up on belly, let's appreciate him. Yes. Hizo balloons ni kazi yake. Good job, man.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Praise God. Amen. My name is Omoko Clyde. I'm born again and I preach Christ in the county of Kakamega and the sanctuary of the King of Kings. And professionally, I'm a chef by profession. I work in the Golf Hotel Kakamega. Question. What's one thing you can't start your day without? A Messiah. Siwezi kosa kuomba. God bless.
Yeah, thank you.
My name is Saka Sami, or you can call me Kisa. I'm a contractor. Wenye tunalia kaunti nafanya mambo. And also I have a restaurant here in town, just a few blocks from here. Kisa Fries. Also, I'm a church elder from the Salvation Army Church here in Bungoma. My friend was asking me, is that your trumpet? I told me. I know that's a saxophone, it's not a trumpet, but in Salvation Army have trumpets. And you will not miss a drum. Yeah. So the question, what's one fun fact about you? I don't know. fun fact about me. Just I'm me. I'm me. Fun. Uh, a fun fact. You go fun like go fact. Yeah. Hivyo tu. Yeah. That's the only kind of thing.
My name is Baraz Evans Matthew. My profession, I'm a stabilized management officer by profession. And the question here is what's one thing you wish had to learn from my side, what I can say is I wish I had done a Bible study. Okay. Thank
Yeah. Evans wishes that he could have done Bible study earlier. So you might tell you to that table where there's a pastor and a church elder. Please make sure you talk to them.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Faith Nagasam. Science laboratory technician. The question here, what's one thing that you wouldn't touch? I'm a storyteller.
A storyteller. She says she does storytell. When I finish going around, I'll come with another story.
Well, good evening, team. By the name of the people of Fulham, Noe, she's my chair. Bungoma Youth Fellowship, maybe vice boy. Basically, professionally, I'm a teacher. By profession, I'm a trained teacher. And my mathematics and physics, there's a combination. But sijaingia field. At the moment, I'm doing some businesses, transport kidogo, so bado na gamble biashara na transport, alafu kuku project. Mimi ni plug wa kuku, nikitaka kuku utaipata vizuri sana. Ninajua hizo mashiko vizuri itakufikia. Back to this question, what is your favorite way to celebrate a win? Napenda sherehe. I take my voice. I also mentor some young boys and girls, that is. And mostly I've been doing it to my church. Na mabozi wangu wa kirao, wenye nafanya nao, wenye wananisaidia kufanya watu kirao. So mostly ikijikwa wamewakilisha, lazima niwapeleke wa swim. Alafu, I think, yeah, ni hiyo. Asante.
Thank you, David. Not from marketplaces, I am in ministry, so.
Good evening. My name is Betty Lachando. I am a strategy and operations profession. My question that I have is, what's your go-to way to relax after a busy week? I would say watch TV, especially cartoons. So that is a way for me to relax. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you. My name is Edith Namsia. I'm a pharmacist by training. currently working as a maid soup and MOH for Celicia, together with Noel. Um, my question was okay. Was timely, I think, because I think I have a perfect answer for this. What job would you try if you aren't in your current one? Well, I will be a trophy wife.
Run an e-commerce called Muhenga e-commerce. I have a physical location at Sharif Center, stall number 59. We deal with mostly girly stuffs, but anything you really need. I have phone cases, jewelry. I have gifts. If you wanna gift somebody, you can pass by the shop. You will not miss something. My question: what's one thing you never travel without? I never travel without my wet wipes, which I also sell at the shop. Asante.
I'm Mario. I'm a business lady. For a question, what's one thing that always makes you laugh? Funny cartoons.
I am from Kakamega town. Bungoma is a cool town. Yeah. I'm glad to be here. I am a laboratory technologist. Mostly doing a course in pharmacy. I'll join you soon, Daktari. I'm also a businessman. I own a laboratory in Kakamega town opposite KCB Bank. It's called Euromed Diagnostics Laboratories. Thank you. Okay, to my question. What's one thing you're grateful for today? I'm grateful that you're here.
My name is Amos Main. I'm a mechanic. Then my question: what's one small luxury you enjoy? I like watching Portugal.
My name is Douglas Busolo Wakungo. And I am a saloonist and a beautician. I'm located opposite one Hatandi. The salon is called Anti Salon. The question is, what's one random skill you have? That one. Making.
What's one random making hair?
Yes.
So what's random skill you have making hair? But then it's very good with dreadlocks. So if you ever need to do your dreads or you have someone you can refer, as this time of right?
Yes.
You can always refer. This one is very because here we have right from Mercedes mpaka kwa kama hizi mpaka Kisuzu. So you can handle. So make sure that in this room, 99% on cars or locomotives. So make sure you connect. Sorry.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm called Nancy Nekesa. I do business, but I'm a human resource manager by profession. But currently, I'm doing business. I have a beauty shop at Sanalo Market. My question is, what's something you are currently learning? Like right now, I'm learning networking. I love networking so much. Thank you.
Everyone, good evening. Kwa majina naitwa Debra Maguri. Mimi ni insurance agent, but currently I'm doing business for all your collections za mtumba. I'm the clerk. Very nice, very nice. And the price goes out. So the question is, what's one thing people are always surprised to learn about you? I'm a very good cook. Oh, yes. And I'm even thinking about to open up one a catering. So Yes. So kindly, that plug and this plug, I'm your girl. Thank you. Wow, thank you. Good evening.
My question, what's your hidden talent? Online versus digital.
Pardon?
Online versus digital.
Online versus YouTube.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Monica Nakula. I'm a florist. I'm also a business lady. I am a jack of all trades. Then I'm located. I forgot your bro. The roundabout. I'm situated there, located there. Then on my question, what's your favorite place to think or get ideas? I love being creative, so everywhere, anytime, any day, I can get there an idea.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I'm Helena Simiyu. Professionally, I'm an auditor. I work as an internal auditor at Tony Kafan. What is the most interesting place your work has taken you? I can say, okay, as one fan, we are venturing into avocado processing, all these cash crops, macadamia and all that. So the most interesting thing that I have encountered so far, I happened to be in one of the factories, and I got to witness the first processing of avocado from its harvested to the end product, the avocado oil. So I think that is the most interesting thing I have encountered. And I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone, my name is Dennis Simiyu. I'm an engineer by profession, but I do business. I do branding. Uh, Mtu atasema na drug, but wherever you see the governor, wherever you see when the president comes this place, that's my work.
Wow.
Now, my question is, what's your favorite way to start your morning? Uh, my mornings I normally start by prayer, and after that I play Scrabble to jump my mind directly, and then I start my work.
Wow. And I grew up out to be play Scrabble. Have that luxury just a Scrabble in the way they can. Ni wafikia.
Everyone, mi naitwa Jeff from Kakamega. Mimi ni a walking shop. I do dropshipping. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Do you have a card?
Wow. What's your favorite way to spend a free afternoon? Wow. Sijui nichukue gani juu, eh? Okay. Love playing guitar. That's on a free afternoon. Yeah. Wow. What do I do? Hey. Okay. Currently, what I do with my afternoons, I train guitar. And yeah.
Good evening. My name is Isaiah Murunga. I am currently a student at Masendem Leader University of Science and Technology. But I'm also a musician. I belong to a band here in Bungoma called Group Band. And also in Kamega we have a band and I direct a choir. So generally I'm a musician. If you need any music entertainment for you, then I'm your go-to guy. What's one thing you always make time for? Music, obviously, yeah. And God. Huh?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay, my name is Caleb Inkoyane. I'm a sound engineer. So the question is, what's one thing you are curious about right now? Okay, just curious about learning new things in our daily life. That's all.
Caleb alikuwa ameogopa, alikuwa na
I'm called His Precious Absent. I sell us at the moment, but I'm a teacher by profession. My question, coffee or tea? And how many cups a day? I choose tea and a day double.
Melissa Spier. Pole Katenya ni mwanafunzi. Barikiwa. Coffee or tea? I take coffee. How many cups? Three or four.
We are here now. Before I invite our guests or I introduce this table, I would want us to do an activity for 3 minutes. And that activity is to dance your way to a different table. Make sure you have mingled. Make sure. Hata kama ni couple, you dance your way. Go and network, we are network with one another. The house will be rich. I am not putting asunder. I am just building social capital. So you make sure you are dancing your way. Don't just walk. Dance your way to a different table. Kae pali hauko umekaa na watu wenye hauko umekaa nao. Because hao umeshaongelesha unajua njia. So we go to the next yeah, you can dance here.
Kwani alishukia mbali. Sasa mniambia kuna jina linitajia mimi sijui ni jina gani.
Trying to dance your way. Trying to dance your way. You dance your way to a different table.
Hata wewe pia inachukua. Hata hii inachukua tu saa hii.
Some are not dancing. You dance your way to a different table. Dance your way. Kasi dance tujipate wanaume peke yenu kwa meza moja. We all went to one corner. Let's occupy the tables we stand. Wanabiashara, dance to a table, not exchange contact, dance to a table and spiritual Harry. Yeah, who she is an entrepreneur also in the marketplace. Apart from being a pastor, she also does a lot of business, especially farming. So we learn a lot from her, and I wish to invite her to come and introduce herself. So, Mom, can you present?
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Ambuka. Ambuka Ross. I'm a retired teacher. I was in that profession, and God allowed me to teach for 36 years. Yes. And I retired July last year, and now I'm a farmer. I grow crops, I keep chicken, and I also educate ladies in church how to do it so that they can also succeed in life. So that's what I basically do. My question, and I'm also a pastor. And a pastor's wife. Yes, a pastor and a pastor's wife. And a teacher of the word. I don't preach, but I teach the word. And also a teacher in a theological school. Yes. What's something that always motivates you? My greatest motivation is God being my greatest advantage. Because He has given me His presence, His favor, His power, His salvation, His covenant, all those, they back me up. So I can blossom in this life because I have God as my advantage. And it motivates me to continue in life. God bless you.
You might not need their service, but this person can introduce you to a service that you need, right?
Yes.
So our guest speakers are seasoned business people. They've been doing business for a long time and they understand the marketplace. And when I look at us in the room, some of us want to start business, some of us are in profession, some of us are continuing with business. Some of us tumefika mahali biashara inakuwa ngumu, unashangaa wewe unajipiga check wapi. So they are here just to have a conversation with us. See ati breathe in, breathe out. They're not doing a PowerPoint presentation. They're just giving us a conversation. And just let's enjoy the conversation. I don't want to preempt what they do. I want them to come as they speak, they'll be telling us what they do. So that we can also see kwa surprise. Ama niseme. When you are saying, let it be a surprise, right? So let me start with Mr. Wafula or Mrs. Let me start with Mrs. Wafula. And by the way, there's a reason why I invited them to come and speak to us. This is Mr. and Mrs. Wafula, but Mr. Wafula is a CEO on his own, different company. Mrs. Wafula is she's a CEO on her own. So I'm also interested to learn how are these two CEOs managing in the house to submit? So how do you submit when you are at the top? Ama namna gani? Because most people here are bosses like my boss here. He's a boss. My boss is here. So unajua kazini amezoea ukituambia admit turn right, hata simjizi why turn right. So akifika nyumbani so it's how do we navigate, how do we, especially ladies, how do we navigate to be at the top and still manage to bring the resources together, sindio? Ama karibu niseme bwana sifiwe. So please help me put your hands together as we invite pieces of prayer.
I get a hug.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam Noela. Eagles Connect inamaanisha watu wako kwa hii room ni Eagles. Where are the Eagles? Yeah, where are the Eagles? Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah. So I'll introduce myself. I'm Jane Wafula.
and I am your parenting partner. I partner with you in achieving the educational objective of your children. So if you are here and you have a child and you have an educational goal for your child, I am your plan. Meshikanisha. Meshikanisha. Inamaanisha mimi ni I am a what? I am an educator, I am a teacher. But have you seen the way I've introduced myself? It's not normal teacher. I'm your parenting partner. So already, if I go to a room and people are introducing myself, when I say like that, everybody turns and pays attention. Hii ni gani? And then I just tell them, mimi ni teacher. Sasa weza mimi ni le. Are we together? Yes. Yeah, so I've been a teacher for, I taught for almost more than 15 years. Then I got into NGO world. I was an educational officer with an NGO, and then I was also a community officer with an NGO. And then after my contract ended, I tried going back into teaching, but the experience I had gotten was too much. So the only thing I found myself doing is getting into entrepreneurship. And that getting into entrepreneurship, I was influenced by my husband, who is Mr. Wafula. Because between the two of us, he's the one who is more of a risk taker. Me, I like a comfortable environment, mshahara. Lakini yeye anaamuka tu anasema we are doing this. Siku ingine tu amenibeba mpaka Kakamega. Tumeanzisha milling company. Kusiaga unga. Kuzia waluya unga. Sasa tulikuja na madapo kutoka Eldoret. Tukasema lawyers like ugali. We set up a milling company and our unga was called Sembe Poa. Unaonaje hiyo jina? Sembe Poa. But sasa tumeingia industry yenye hatuelewi vizuri. Hey, wacha tupatane sasa na it is a wild world. Entrepreneurship is no joke. If you don't know the nitty-gritty, like unakutana na jogoo, pembe, hizo zingine zinaitwa nini? Hodari. Sasa wewe unakuja hapo unaweka price, price yetu ilikuwa unga saini how much? Ugali ya paketi. Ama hapa tunasiagi. Hapa ni kisiagi. Mwenye tuli maana. Sasa hiyo ni shoka moja tulipata. Majority of the people where we are selling wanasiaga. Sasa sisi tunauza ya packet. Are you seeing already a challenge? Yes. And then you put a price. When you go to the market, jogo imepita slash price by almost half. So uta compete na wao aje. Walituweka nje. But we thank God we really learned a lot. So currently, myself, I run a school. Apart from just being a teacher, I have a school called Acacia School based in Eldoret. The best early years institution in Eldoret. Come on, my copy, please pick up with you. Yes, and we've been doing that. This is our 8th year, and we have seen the favor of God. Really, God has given us the city of Eldoret, and we thank God. Yeah, our children stand out. They market for us out there, and we have committed ourselves to set a strong foundation for future leaders and change makers. And then, my favorite productivity trick. Now, let me speak as an owner of an institution, as an institutional leader. From day one, when I knew this season I'm getting into entrepreneurship, one of the things I did was, number one, to study the trade. So I committed like the first 2 years, yani kuinama kwa hiyo shule, because it was my first time running a school. The other times I used to be employed. So I really focused in learning the trade. And remember, I'm a trained high school teacher, and here I'm coming to start a kindergarten. It looks similar, but it's different. So I just committed to study and then very deliberate in raising a team. I'm answering this question. What is your favorite productivity trick? Train a team to help you. Because when you are starting, the business is small. But as you keep growing, you know now the work is becoming bigger. And if you've not trained a team, you will always be, you know, panting and panting and panting. Even if it's ministry. When you're starting a ministry, it's small. Please look ahead 5 years, 10 years. Will I be able to be doing the same thing? You can't. For you to be effective, you have to start early to train a team, equip a team, mentor a team, and then with time, you also learn now how to delegate skillfully and very professionally. That way, you will become more productive. Have I answered my question? My favorite productivity trick, study the trade, raise a team, delegate, and just remain now with supervision, which is very important. Are we together up to there? Yes. So I would introduce Mr. Afula because, as Noela said, he's as a director in his own right. Ananidrop shule, anaenda kwa kazi yake. Wacha kuja tuambie kazi yake ni gani. Can you appreciate Mr. Afula?
Kama nimefikiwa hapo nimefika friends. What do I do? I felt myself as a jail pastor and an entrepreneur. We are based in Eldoret. By profession, I'm a biochemist. I currently doing business in Eldoret. For the last 18 years, we've been doing car business. We do a podcast, done cars, trading. So cars has been our business. Company name is called Ratson Motors. It's just before as you get into Eldoret. We also into other small things because of the deal. We started investing in Bungoma slide. We're coming home. So we started by putting up a small yard in Webuye, construction and construction materials. We are trying to see tunarudi pole pole toka Eldoret tukikuja Bungoma. Very soon, God willing, we should be in Bungoma. Amen. Amen. Yeah. That's the ways I will first refresh it, and then I answer it the way it is. Now I'm reading the refreshed version. It says, "What is the most interesting job you have?" My most interesting job being a husband. Wow. Yes. Now my question reads, what is the most interesting job you have ever had? The most interesting job I've ever had, I left college in the year 2000. I graduated with biochemistry, very zealous, knowing that I'll be a graduate, tutapata kazi mzuri, nipewe gari na kampuni, na nifanye kazi. But the job I got was a job with a company called Saradi. Saradi were the makers of Kiwi and Hair Glow. And so these guys wanted to rebrand the hair glow cups. They had 500,000 cups. They wanted to rebrand. Now I kutaka kurusha so the cups. So the job I got, we were employing 3 people. Kutumia ethanol kufuta hiyo branding yote on 500,000 cups. But that was not just the most interesting part. Every morning, tulikuwa tunakuja kuja hapo nje ya kampuni. Mdosi ataamua kama mtaingia ama hapana. So mtasimama hapo, you have to be there by 7 o'clock. Mmesimama, and then mdosi atakuja aende tange kusimame hapo by saa 2 utasikia naitwa. And then you go in and you start work. You are wrapping these cups the whole day with ethanol. And we didn't have loss. That was my most interesting job that I ever had. And then,
Wow. Wow. Tuwapigie mambo. Young people in the room. Kazi kidogo hivi unapatiwa, unasema hiyo ni kazi ngumu, si ndio? Imagine if someone had told him that one day he'd be a director of Ranson Motors. Would he believe? Saizo hapa anafuta hizo chupa, si ndio? Young people wetu they know kuandika kazi, anakwambia sasa nataka kazi yako ni kisha kustable. Kisa pamesema vizuri. Kisha bring hizi program kazi yako ni kustable. Unaona wao umeniona aje. Ndio. So young people in the room, let's learn something. Sawa. You never start there. You start here. And before you lead people, you must be led. Yes. So are you willing to be led? So until you are led, you will never lead. So young people in the room, sawa. So as our guests take a breather, I want to ask one person or two people a question. Alafu ni wa invite sasa watupatie what they have for us. Senior, when nataka kuuliza, let me ask Manu. Wewe umedili, unajua yuko kwa kazi ya street. Emmanuel, sorry. Uko kwa kazi ya street. Na unadili na vijana. Na vijana wako hapa. Ni nini ngumu sana when dealing with young people? Also, nisaidie hivi amenijua because I deal with young people. What is the hardest thing? Especially when it comes to diligence ya kazi.
Oh, thank you. I can say, young people, they are very aggressive. They are willing to learn, but they get the skill, they can easily be stolen. Yeah. So they're aggressive. At times your market is low, and they want to buy the knowledge. So we want to raise his hand in your competitors' yard. Very easy. And they told you they're sick.
Wow. Yeah, that one I can agree. Young people, sometimes we are not loyal. Si ndio? Unaambia mdosi wako wewe ni mgonjwa, alafu anakupata mmekutana kwa event, can we study? Uko busy, unafanyia competitor wake, si ndio? And then something else, my boss keeps telling me that it's very challenging to manage human resource. Hii meza amesema wanakubaliana na wewe daktari. Daktari, what is the most challenging thing yenye tunakufanyiaga? Kwa sababu I'm also part of that human resource that you manage. What can you tell us? Or what can you tell your fellow bosses that are here? Nini, what is the challenge that you can relate? Sisi hatuwezi relate sababu sisi tuko chini yenu. But hii meza inasema sana.
Yeah, it is true. One of the most challenging resource to manage is human resource. I think it is easier to manage other resources like finances, like assets. But when it comes to human resource, yeah, it is quite hard. Now, as leaders or those of us whom God has enabled us to be in such positions where we need to manage human resource. Something that keeps me going is learning, learning your colleagues or your staff, trying to understand them. You learn both weaknesses and strengths, so that you can make use of each one's strength for the betterment of the institution.
Wow, yeah. Thank you so much, Daktari. And the fact that my boss is seated here and this is not a work event, it should tell you something about her. Please clap for her. Thank you so much, Daktari. And she supports us. Even when I was doing the Ecos Connect Mom meeting in December, she supported me. I wouldn't say with how much, but just know something above 10,000. Wow. Yes, so she is a very supportive boss. Thank you. Na mjua nilisema couples wasikae pamoja. Sasa Besh na Deno wanaulizana ungenunua maziwa. Jamani. Jamani. Anyway, let's appreciate our speakers as they come. Tuwapigie makofi jamani. And then you carry the notebook. Do you have another microphone? Tumeitumia sana hata naona betri. If you carry the notebook.
Thank you. Noel. First and foremost, please allow us to register our appreciation for inviting us. We really feel honored to be in such a place, such people. As much as we have not interacted one-on-one, but we can feel the warmth and we can feel the welcome. You know, we were discussing with my wife. We used to do events, and so we really feel this is a big success. A big one. There's a time my wife was an event planner. That was the job she was doing. That was what she was earning from. But besides that, we used to do couples events as just something passion. There's an event we organized, and we had the band, the full band. You know what the full band is? It was a Valentine's dinner, and we anticipated to have how many couples? At least 35 couples. So we had the band put up in a big hotel. Maybe those of you who have been interested know Mobile Hotel. Yeah, bonfire set. We had invited a bishop to speak to the couples, and you know everything was set. You can guess what? Only one couple came.
And they were our best friend all the way from Kitale.
They were from Kitale. And that was long ago. Even this Valentine, Juicy, we had them come over. And we were just remembering those. So this is a big success. This is a big success. And you know, we were left with debts. How do we pay the band? How do we, you know, cook food has been cooked for 70 people. Sasa hata kama nikubeba utabeba upeleke wapi kweli, you know. So this is a big success. And I also want to congratulate you for coming for this event. Saa zingine, just by coming, you don't know what you have done to Noah. You have given her such a big encouragement. And you never know where she'll be tomorrow. This is a sign that this is a great woman.
Yes.
And tomorrow holds a great future for her. And we would love to be part of that journey. So we are so grateful for having us come. I know time is really gone. We may want just to maybe just talk a bit freely and just in a relaxed way to share our experiences, and also just, you know, we also appreciate that there are seasoned business people here, there are seasoned professionals, but I'm always sure that you'll always learn something. You'll always learn something. Either I'll learn from you, you'll learn from me, and that is the beauty of life. So we had actually looked at talking something about navigating the marketplace, because we believe that all of us are in the marketplace in one way or the other. Even for those of you who are employed, you are in the marketplace. You're serving people, you're doing something to the community, you're in the marketplace. Even church is a marketplace. And if you run church as a business, you succeed. You realize Jesus, when he wanted his disciples, the best place he went was the marketplace. Because he realized these are people who ukiwaita mkutano watafika, alafu wanakuuliza agenda ni nini, mbona haijaanza, tunataka kwenda. And you know pastors, you know I'm a pastor, so I know how pastors feel. When somebody says, mbona tumechelewa mkutano, you know the pastors feel, mbona, why? You know, they don't like people who question them. They don't like people who are cautious with time. They don't like people who are market oriented. But those are the people that Jesus took to run the ministry. And so if you are running a ministry, if you want your ministry to be successful, you have to have people who have business minds. People who don't want to lose money. They want to question, hii pesa inaenda wapi? Why should we spend this kind of money on this project? Those are the people who will make you. But if you want yes people, my pastor has said, mom has said, in fact they keep saying mama has said, dad has said, that ministry is bound to fail. That's why churches don't like the truth. Pastors don't like the truth. Because they feel like when you talk like that, you are not spiritual. But their master, who gave us an example, he took a tax collector. Anajua huyu mtu anajua value ya shilingi. And he put him in the fold. That's why the ministry of Jesus is successful. So that's, today we didn't want to talk about the ministry of Jesus. We just wanted to talk something about navigating the marketplace. So my wife will keep interjecting and, you know, talking about issues, because in all our companies, we are co-directors. I'm a co-director in Acacia School. She's a co-director in Ratson Motors. And there's just a way we just work together. And it is by the grace of God. And we thank God for that. So I'm sure mostly we are asking ourselves, or most of us are asking yourself, how do I navigate the marketplace? That is the biggest question we are asking ourselves. Because as I think as my wife said, sometimes we find ourselves in businesses or jobs, but nobody tells you what to expect. And so you come into a job and you find so many variables, and you have to juggle so many balls in the air. She gave you an example. We invested in Kakamega, put up a milling plant. We say Kakamega, but surprisingly, Kakamega doesn't have a milling plant. So we went there, we thought we would be selling like, like crazy. Tukapata, watu wa Kakamega, wananunua, the fastest moving flour was the mobile. You know the mobile? The small one. So we kept asking ourselves, why? Is it that they don't have money? Why are they buying the mobile? Kumbe, wanasiaga ya tinga, alafu wanachukua mobile, wanafanya nini? Ndio ikuwe acceptable kwa Gen Z na watoto. We didn't know that. We had employees who they told us that wana prefer kusiaga usiku because the plant was big, 18 motors or 20 motors thereabout. So they told us the best time ya kusiaga ni usiku kwa sababu watu wamelala, stima fluctuation iko chini. So we believed it. It made a lot of sense. But kumbe wanasiaga usiku, wanaleta tuk-tuk, wanaload gunia ya unga, wanaenda kuuzia watu ya hoteli. Nobody taught us that. Nobody taught us that these guys unawapatia a whole lorry of unga, they go with it. So the guy comes in the evening, anakuambia, huyu mwenye nimeuzia leo, amesema nipitie kesho chukue pesa. And it makes sense. Na the next day kweli atakuja kuambia hii pesa ile ya jana. Kumbe anashindanga akichimba shimo, anachukuanga pesa. So by the time you go to this guy, you are like, pesa haijalipwa. Anakuambia mimi unga yangu nalipanga hapo na hapo. Nobody taught us that. Nobody. So we find ourselves sometimes in situations and places where you have to juggle so many things in the air to keep afloat. As business people, as career people. And so we need some knowledge, we need continuous knowledge on how to navigate in the marketplace. We also need to know how do you position yourself for growth, both as a person and as a business. Because as my wife says, you start probably a business as a person, but then the business grows and outgrows you. So if you don't grow, then you become the biggest liability to your business. Because you will not know when to transition from just being the person doing everything to the person supervising or managing or directing. And so you also need to know, how do I grow both as a person and as a business? So your efforts must not just concentrate in growing the business. Your efforts must also be in growing yourself as a person. That's also something that we need to look at, and we need to answer that question. And also, one other thing that we need to answer is, how do I stay relevant and grow in the marketplace? Because most of the time we find that we get to a place and you become irrelevant. Why? Because the world keeps changing. The world is dynamic. Right now, we have compressed the world into our gadgets. You can be here, yet you're in America. And similarly, when I started my business, Radisson Motors, I started it as a service. And this is what I used to do, because I didn't have capital. I used to import cars on behalf. So because I had worked in the medical world. Most of my friends and most of the people who are close to me were doctors. And so I would convince a doctor, I would show them. That time we didn't have so much, so we would print the pictures. I would print the hard copies and show them the car and convince them, and they give me the money to import. That's how I build the business. But now everybody is accessible to Japan. Everybody. In fact, most dealers in Japan now, they call even, they find the numbers of people, including my clients. They go to a place where, because you know when you are importing, you send them the details of the client, the phone number and what. So they go to a place, they started calling my clients. See, now if I don't move my business to the next level, then I become obsolete. So I have to find ways of staying relevant, of keeping myself ahead, so that even as the business environment changes, then also I must also still remain in business. So even as a business person, and as a professional, you must, we were just interacting with my sister-in-law. She works for a company, and they do this online service thing. They provide online solutions to companies out there. And so, in their company, one young man began to learn about this AI thing. And so the boy started investing himself in learning AI. And in the recent past, they have laid off so many people and allocated all those roles to this young man. One young man who was a junior guy in the company. Because now the AI is doing almost everything for them. The payroll, the HR lost the job. Everybody else, who maybe were doing something here and there, even managerial roles, they did away with them. And now they have vested a lot of power in this young man. If they need anything, they just tell him. He uses AI to give solutions. And so how do you stay relevant? In your place of work. Because you can be sure, sooner or later, in one way or the other, you'll be affected. Because things keep changing. Things keep evolving. Every day there are new things that are coming. New trends, new ideas, things like that. So that is very important. In order for us to navigate in the marketplace, we have to find ways of how to stay relevant and grow in the marketplace. I just want to point out a few things. Because of time, we might not go into much, but I'll just point out a few things and feel free to interject. Just feel free to interject where you feel you need to come in. Number one is you need to know your niche. You need to know your niche. Where this is concerned, you need to know your customers. You need to know their evolving needs. I heard there was somebody who was doing Mutuba. Who was that? Yes. Now there's a new trend in Mutumba. People are coming up now with very official Mutumba shops. I don't know, I've seen them here. There's something think and something. Yes. And because they have realized that somebody like Wafula might not walk into the market kukuja kuinama kusisi. So they have come up with shops where very dignified people can walk in and buy. But that's not just the gist of it. They have come up with a very, even better concept. They have a way that siku ile wanafungua bail, the price is higher. Like I know one shop, siku ya kufungua bail, they are selling at 600. The next day they drop to 500. The other day they drop to 400, 300, and then 200. Then the other day they open the bail again. Now, if you get stuck in your way of doing things, if you don't study to understand your niche and your customer, then very soon you'll be stuck with your, because utaenda kunyaka na utapata hizo za kunyaka. Are we together? So number one is very important. Please know your niche, know your customer. Number two is you have to keep innovating and being creative, because this will keep you ahead of your competition. It will keep you in the trends. It will keep you having the cutting edge. Innovation is not just for we used to do something called Science Congress, Kama bado ziko, and that was where innovators would come and make some. But innovation has to do, there's something that is called intrapreneurship. There's entrepreneurship, then there's intrapreneurship, where within your organization, you can innovate something. I used to work for a pharmaceutical company, and I was assigned. Our company was selling. It came up with a paracetamol, effervescent, and so I was the first posting. I was taken to Mombasa. Sorry. Now, our strategy, because who doesn't know paracetamol? There was no point of going to the hospital to tell a doctor to prescribe paracetamol. Sorry. It wouldn't make sense. How could you go to a doctor to tell them, please prescribe paracetamol? Because one, paracetamol was a basic drug. So what we did, we came up with a strategy of working with the pharmacies. And so we would go to the pharmacy people. When somebody comes in to buy Panadol, they would convince the customer to leave Panadol and buy our product. And so what happened is, my innovation was to create competition among the pharmacy people. So I went and bought cards. And so I would reward every week. I'll give every pharmacy person a card. So you write, if you convince a customer, you write and how many tablets they have sold. But I'll also confirm with the stock. So I came up with a card so that I create competition among these pharmacy reps. They are called, of course, those who sell on the counter. And so it created a big competition among them, because every week I would go with a gift. I would take I'll buy something, a glass, a towel, something. When my boss heard about it, he was so excited. He wrote me a letter of recommendation, commending me about the idea. And so innovation is not just for the innovators, as we know about. Even when you're working in an organization, it calls for innovation and creativity. When a company wants to downsize, when a company wants to give promotion, definitely they would want to look for somebody who is creative, somebody who is an innovator. And even in your business, you have to come up with ways, innovative ways of staying ahead of your competition. You want to say something?
Let me say something about meaning the man, because I see it in a company like at school we have 35 employees. So one of the things I keep telling them, you have to keep working on yourself, improving yourself, having skills that make you stand out. If everybody is a teacher and you have an opportunity for promotion, we will look at who has extra skills, isn't it? So if you are in a working place, don't just be comfortable going to work every day, coming and just your life is just in a circle. Have a day where you sit down, look at your strengths. What are your strengths? Are you a good speaker? If you're a good speaker, get opportunities during meeting to do presentations. If you go to your boss and say, I want to train on this, even if it's give me 15 minutes, I want to train. I'm sure your boss will be shocked. Nobody has ever walked in that office to ask for opportunity to train, but now you will be improving your presentation and training skills. If you are good in computer, in AI, as we say, you just offer, let me train. You are pushing yourself to be visible in such a way that when now companies are downsizing, you can be sure the ones who will be retained are the ones who have extra skills. If you have to go to school, start as early as now. Usingoje saa ile mabarua unaanza kusikia zinatosha ndo unasema, hey, I need to upgrade my computer skills. I need to upgrade, my human skills, communication skills. Just start wherever you are na mapema ndio best. Hata kama watu kwa kampuni watasema wewe unajifanya kierene kwani unalipwa extra, sema sawa. But you are becoming visible, you are sharpening your skills. Yeah, so that's the kind of innovation, not just application maybe in business, even you as a person. How are you setting yourself apart? In the community, participate in community events, in church, be a leader. That one makes you stand out. And you can be sure at some point it will give you a niche. So, thank you.
Thank you. I think that I would want to talk about is branding. Branding is key. And branding is very wide because you can develop yourself as a brand. But also, for us who are in business, it is good to learn to brand your business. I know sometimes we fumble a lot, but it is good to have an identity. Give your business an identity. And if possible, I always tell people, it can take only 700 shillings or 500 shillings to make about 100 cards. Hata kama unauza mtumba, hata kama unafanya nini, just invest in a card with your name, with your contact. Build a brand. When you build a brand, the brand inafikanga mahali inakuongelea. Hawasemi tena shule ya Mluya. They start by saying, kuna Mluya ameanzisha shule. Kidogo, ikigrow, when your brand grows, now the brand takes over. Wanakuita by the brand. There's a time she used to run a brand ilikuwa inaitwa Splendid. And up to now they call her Splendid. What she was doing, she came up with an idea of doing talents. Actually, that's how Acacia was born. Because she started in the house, watoto walikuwa wanarukarukia viti nini nini, akaanza sasa kuwa train of talents, and then akachukua wajirani wakakuja, then she started charging. That program became so big such that we had to, at one point we were given, for those of you who have been in Eldoret, Mandago Road, not Mandago Road, there's a road at Zion Mount. And so every Sunday it was blocked for us, for her to run her program, explaining generation talent and development program. It became a brand. Many people still call her Splendid. I'm sure you have seen people who have built brands. Like there are times when you go, for those of us who are in Eldoret, utaenda North Rift, gari iko Ban Forest ndio inakuja, lakini umelipia unakoja. Na hizi zingine ziko hapo zimeshukisha bei, sio kusimama tu. Nobody goes there. That is the value of a brand. Branding is a big subject. We may not be able to talk about it now in such a short setting. But learn to brand yourself, learn to brand your business. Hata hizi ndogo ndogo zenye unafanya tu offline. Give it a name, give it an identity. When you meet with people, you tell them this is what I do. You give them a card. Create for it a bank account by that name, not by your name. Because I know most of us tunaraniki biashara na jina yako. So you're just you and you. But build a brand. Communicate your strong value clearly, and it will take you far. The other thing I want to talk about is okay.
On your bag, you look like I was in the house with my sister-in-law who happens to be here, Madam Zipping. So anyway, I was just preparing. I asked her, in this Bungoma, which supermarkets iko na followers wengi? Ni gani? Supermarket, ukikuja tu Bungoma, ukiuliza supermarket ni gani? Are there other supermarkets? Yes. And why Hetias? It is known for what? Fair prices, exactly. That's even what she's saying. Sasa ukisikia tu Hetias, unajua fair prices. So that's how they've branded themselves. That's how they position themselves in the market. Like they cut across for all type of people, despite your ability, your cash flow, isn't it? So even you as a person or as an organization, what are you known for? What wakutafute provide solution gani? Kuna Naivas. Naivas inajulikana kwa offers mingi. So kama wewe ni mtu wa offers, utajipata Naivas. Kama unataka price, na apart from prices, features, nasikia pia packaging. Wanapack hata kama unaweza pata code. But unaenda supermarket ingine haupati. So when it comes to value, just know, choose one thing and be known for that. If it is a target market, you see, like for us, Acacia School, we have targeted ourselves. Early years. Wanasema tu, we want foundation, tafuta Acacia School. There are so many schools. They have their own positioning. But for us, early years. So even you as a business, position yourself. What is the most thing that stands out for you? Is it pricing? Is it differentiation? Maybe your products are very good quality. Is it convenience? Are you selling convenience? Are you selling image? All those things when you ask yourself, you'll be able to set yourself apart. Thank you.
Thank you. The other thing I want to talk about is for us to navigate the marketplace, we need to leverage. There's something called leverage. Now, there's so many things you can leverage on, but I just mentioned maybe three. Number one, you can leverage on data. Data is key for a business person because based on data, it helps you to make informed decisions with insight. And nowadays, there are so many avenues to get that. You can Google or even use the AI thing, and you can get at least some level of information in terms of that. And that can really help you in terms of, especially when you want to venture into something, because you want to know, does it have a significant market? Are there competitors within my region? Are there any other people who are doing the same thing I'm doing? And that can be very key for your survival or for your decision making. Do I enter this market or not? That is very important. Data is key. I know sometimes we do like Facebook page posts, and sometimes you want to decide what where do I want to reach. And sometimes you look at it, you say, I want to reach 10,000 people, 5,000 people. That is very important. It helps you to make key decisions. We can also leverage on technology. It's a very important leverage, even in your small business. Now people have come up with softwares to help you run your business from where you are. You know, you can be able to just tell by the click of, you know, or something. And you can know today they have sold this amount of items. I need to replenish this. You can you can monitor your business from wherever you are. Some of us lazima tu upige simu to find out or to manage your employees, where you can put a CCTV and just have monitor it from your phone, from wherever you are. Technology can be a good leverage for your business. It will ease a lot of sometimes wakijua tu ndosi anaangalia, ndosi anaona, they will line up, si ndio? Sometimes you just call and say, why am I seeing? Mbona naona mmekaa tu kwa simu? Wakijua tu mdosi anaangalia, wanajua huyu mzee ana kila saa anatuchunguza. Are we together? So we need to leverage on technology. We also need to leverage on relationships. Relationships are very good to leverage on in your business. You need to, and what a good way to create relationships through such forums, networking forums. You establish, you najua so and so, if I need this, naweza pata mtu fulani, or I can call so and so. That is leverage. Something else that will help us to navigate in the marketplace is networking strategically. Networking strategically. We need to build relationships that drive opportunities. It is through networking strategically that we can navigate the marketplace. Through networking, you may be able to get the key players. Yeah, you need to identify if you are in the education sector, who are the key players, who are the people I need to work with. And many other businesses, like my brother said, is in the supplies. You said supplies? Branding. Yeah, branding. You may want to know. Sometimes you want something and you are required to provide something, but you don't have. Nimeona kuna ndugu hapa na kona lu. Yes, na pengine Utaacha biashara kwa sababu una, you will just call Manu au useme Manu natakana, ama Manu was the one with the loo. Manu is decoration. Then there was somebody with the loo. Yeah, that's good business. I almost entered it one day. Lakini siku hizi naona watu wameingia sana. But it's good business. There's a friend of ours in South Africa, and alituambia one day we went to visit him. Katuambia biashara ya uchafu ni biashara poa. Kazi yake ana unblocking to sewage. And he's a multi-millionaire. He makes 25 million every week. Yes. That is how lucrative sewage business is. Nataka kuletea waheshimiwa choo uone kama watakutafuta mpaka penye huko usiku. Yeah, it is good business. So, networking strategically, find key players. In the Christian circles, you find what we call destiny helpers. There are people who can help you achieve your goals. And in networking, I always say, try to offer value first. Don't just ask for favors. Because sometimes you are targeting somebody, unasema huyu jamani nipatana na yeye, mambo yangu itakuwa mzuri. And that can create a genuine relationship that can help you. And so don't be narrow-minded. Don't just look for favors. Offer value first. In networking, be genuine and authentic in your connections. Don't just be transactional. Also in networking, ensure you follow up to nurture relationships. I always tell my friends, who I consider friends, I always tell them friendship is expensive. Yes, friendship is expensive. The other day, my friend was building a house. So I told him I want to come and see your house because I just want to come and see. And he said, no. Wait, I finished the building. Then you come and I will welcome you to come and see that to go out. I told him, no, I don't want style kuhusiana yenye nitakuja kama nyumba imeisha. So I asked him for directions to his house. Nyumba iko hapa, akaniambia so and so place. Then his foreman akampigia simu. Akaambia bana, there's a guy here. He has brought 50 bags of cement.
Ask your neighbor, what kind of net do you have?
Then also, in networking, diversify your networks. Diversify your yeah. Kuna watu marafiki wako you can just predict. Wewe uko tu na marafiki wenye mko same level of reasoning. Maybe because nyinyi ni walimu, sasa marafiki wako tu ni walimu. Those are the only people you hang out with. So you will never know that there's even another world out there. So in networking, you need to diversify your networks so that you can become rich in your networks. It will help you navigate. Let me tell you how my wife got a job with the NGO she was talking about. A friend of mine called me. He was calling. I was not picking. We were college mates and we were friends. He was the CU chair. I was the vice chair. So he kept calling. I was not picking. I don't know why I was just bored with this guy. And so, because he has my wife's number, and he was based in Nairobi, we were based in Eldoret, he called my wife and said, I'm calling this guy, is not picking my call. And said, I'm here at the stage of North Rift, Eldoret. I've come to visit you guys. So my wife calls me and says, Paul is calling you with him. Kambia and nimeboeka tuna Paul. And he said, Paul, I cannot thrift. So I had to go and pick him. So I picked Paul, brought him to our house. So when we were in the house, Paul alikuwa anapikia mtu simu, anamwambia by the way kuna job in our place. Somebody else. So tukasikia wakiongea ati so tuma CV nini. So when he dropped the call, akimaliza simu, my wife akamuuliza hiyo kazi ni kazi ya aina gani? Ni gani hiyo? Akasema we are looking for an education officer. Na si mimi nimefanya education. Qualification gani mnataka wasema anybody a diploma holder? My wife was like, I'm a degree holder. I'm overqualified. See, kama uko serious, kuma CV. And that's how she sent the CV. And that's how she got the job. So, sometimes you are people when you're done with course you react. Would be holding and then I'll go to your Nikirewa unataka kuolewa na mtu masimu ya watu. Shika simu. Shika simu, that's your angel. Tuko pamoja. Tuko pamoja. So, we should be ending in a few minutes. The other thing that will help us to navigate in the marketplace is to think strategically, to think long term, and to stay focused. These are success drivers. Success drivers requires that you think strategically. Ilisemekana mkuu mkutano kama hii, tuulize wewe unafikiriaje? Wewe unafikiriaje? Wewe unafikiriaje? Useme hata mimi nafikiria vile wamesema. Then nobody is thinking. There must be one person who will say, me, I'm thinking. Yes. Those are the people we want. Those are the change makers. People who can think differently. People who can introduce sometimes some of the ideas that have worked are ideas that looked fun. Ideas that came from people you didn't like. Ideas that came from people who you didn't expect they can say anything. But when you entertain it and build on it, it begins to grow and light comes. So become a strategic thinker. Develop yourself into a strategic thinker. And for you to become a strategic thinker, you must also, nowadays we have so much resource. We have YouTube, we have internet, everything is there. So you can learn anything. Kuna mtu anaitwa Yego who learned javelin through YouTube. Na akaenda majuu. Kumbe YouTube inaweza peleka mtu majuu. Kabisa. And so let's learn to be strategic thinkers and long-term thinkers. Don't think survival. Because most of us think survival. When you are sacked from a job, rejoice. Ukipewa barua kwenda nyumbani, be happy. Rejoice that you have an opportunity to become better and greater. Na siku ingine utakuja pita hapo waliokudharau siku moja watakusalimia. Yes, one of the days utapita hapo watashangaa. Uite tulifuta, in fact they'll feel ashamed that they sacked you.
Maybe I can add about thinking.
Yes.
When I used to work in this NGO in Nairobi PR company, and I had a friend of mine who was working there. So one day I visited that PR company, and when we were going round, the rooms were labeled, you know, that when he is secretary, administrator, like that. So one of the rooms was labeled thinking room. And I was like, wait, I've never seen this, my dear. Is it the guy? Akasema wacha. hiyo room watu wanaingianga hapo wanakaa 2 to 3 days na yani kuna window tu ya kuleta chakula, kuna choo hapo ndani, hata lighting ambience ni tofauti. Watu wanaingianga kufikiria, no phone, no what, yes, wanaingia hapo kufikiria. Wakitoka hapo ndani after 3 days wanakuja na idea ya advertisement. And guess what? Which advertisement mnaonanga ni kalikali, which company? Safaricom. It is the company who was participating in making one of the most, watched advertisement Safaricom then. Ilikuwa hiyo PR company. Hizi ideas havujangi bure. People spend time thinking. You put aside distraction, you have time. And if you are a Christian, your time una set for fasting. Sometimes you just set time to go and think. Think about your business. Think about your family. Think about your children. Think about your marriage. Think about your life, your destiny. I'm sure that those quiet moments will come up with a great idea. Thank you.
That's great. One of the I don't know how to call them, but one of the things I enjoy watching, alright, is a series ya Donald Trump, The Apprentice. Apprentice. He would every week he would have people think. If you have not watched it, find time to watch it. You would really, that's what made Donald Trump very famous. Apart from his wealth and everything, he put together people like team like this, and every week he will give you a task. You have to think. You have to be creative, come up with ideas. And as Jen has said, it's always good to take time off and think. Sio tu kazi, kila saa kazi. No. Last but not least, I would say for you to navigate the marketplace, it is important for you to know how to manage risk. You have to balance between bold moves and caution. I get a lot of people who get excited, they come to me and say, mimi nataka kuacha kazi, nataka kuingia biashara. And when you tell such a person, unamwambia, you give them a honest advice. Tell them, I feel it is not time. I feel, they feel like, because maybe they have seen you succeed. They have seen you maybe enjoying some privileges. But it's important for you to know how to manage risk. You have to balance between bold moves and caution, because sometimes you have to make calculated risk and not just drifting blindly. And lastly, most importantly, that I want to say this night to close us up is for you to navigate, or for us to navigate the marketplace, you have to keep learning. Learning must be part of you forever. And learning is not just going to school at nimerudi shule. Sometimes learning may entail you taking yourself, ujipeleke mahali kama ni Nairobi, utembee. If you're in the building industry, uangalie what people are doing, what are the new trends, how is the market behaving. Sometimes you may need to take yourself out of the country and just go and see. That is learning. Most of businesses, sometimes they become obsolete because the owners get to a place where they cannot learn. They are not willing to learn. You cannot advise them. You cannot tell them anything. They are everything, out your baba, mama, kila kitu. And Businesses are collapsed because of the unwillingness of people to learn. So learning must be part of us every day. Sometimes it's important for you to take yourself to a seminar like this and just sit and learn. I told you I have a big problem with men of God, who I am one of them. Because we only go for conferences when we are invited to preach. We rarely just take yourself, pack your bags as a prophet, as an apostle, as a bishop, and umeshika tu sanduku na nguo zako umeenda kwa seminar ama conference. That's the biggest problem we have. That's why Kenyan churches cannot grow. They cannot. Because mtu vinalisikia mwito vinaliitwa. Vile Mungu alimuongelesha, kuna mwanadamu anaweza muongelesha. I'm telling you, I have big problems. If I get opportunity, I'll only minister to pastors and bishops and apostles. Because there are people who you cannot think, you cannot instruct, you cannot advise. I know, I'm pole boy.
Ni wagumu pia. Ikiwa tu wanapitia hapo kwa dirisha.
Yes.
Lakini Maria dirisha ni dogo.
Yes.
Kuna hapa
Exactly.
hataki.
And I normally have big problems because they come to my place with a bloated attitude. Ndugu nipe idari, talipa. Kwa imani. There's a vision by Limba, a 3.5 million car. He paid me only 1 million. Actually, he paid me 600,000. Na mshirinda akamlipia hiyo pesa ingine up to 1 million. And he told me he's going to pay me for over 1 year. Not even hata malize sadaka kanisa. Aisabu sadaka aseme wacha nimelekee wafla 20,000 for 1 year. So when I went to repossess the car, I went and repossessed the car. He came and started cursing me. So I asked myself, I mean, what am I supposed to do? I have told you, bring back the car. I give you a small car. You have refused. What will people say about me? That's what he was telling me. I do. So I'm asking myself, what am I supposed to do?
You saw a seed.
I saw a seed. But if the ground is not fertile,
You can't just say your seeds anyway.
The sample is soil.
Hey.
so never stop learning. Be humble. Hata kama wewe ni boss kasi daktari, you can learn from anybody, including the sweeper, including the gate. Be humble at heart. You will always learn something. You'll always learn something. The story of Naaman in the Bible is a very excellent example, demonstration of how a small young lady saved a whole mheshimiwa. He was proud. Hakutaka kusikia, lakini mtu akamuuliza, na sasa si umejaribu vitu yako yote, you have tried everything, si ujaribu tu basi hata kama itawa. I wish he was just humble that he can learn bila kwenda mengi. So I appreciate, maybe we could take 1 or 2 questions because our time is gone. We'll take any 1 or 2 questions if there's any, then we'll have.
We have gone.
I'm a member of this club in Kakamega.
Sports club.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I love Kakamega.
When you visit, let me know. Just
Yeah.
an inbox.
No, I come to the to call for them.
All right.
I come there quite often, so I'll make sure.
Thank you, sir.
Next time I'm there,
Good.
tea will be on you.
Thank you. Chef, come on. Good. Now, three in one question. One.
Okay.
I'm grateful. Let me begin from that point that I came. I've learned a lot from it, and that's exactly what I needed to hear tonight. So my question read, what's one thing you're grateful for today? What did I answer?
Coming. That you came.
I'm thankful that I get here.
Yes. So I'm grateful that I came.
One. Thank
Navigating the marketplace is not as easy as it may sound. And we basically, especially the business startups, the entrepreneurs who just hitting the market, this is a good subject for us. My business is not old, it's a new venture. I began in November last year, and the big boys are complaining already.
Wow.
The Lancet and the Paracare.
That's a
Telling
good.
the bosses unatuangamiza.
Wow.
Nawaambia nasijaanza. And what you have spoken here is, I mean, for me, it's, I've written pages.
Wow.
Now, three in one question. One, what is it you would wish you would have done better or you have known earlier in business? And two, what's your inspiration? Who inspires you? What inspires you? Why are you so zealous about business? Is it about the networking? Is it about the money? Is it about the, I mean, what inspires you to do business? Then number three, I know you, I can tell you're a reader of books. So what is your best read or your current read or what would be advices? And, as business people, which book will you have? Tell us now, get all of this one and sit down with it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. And I had a big bag. My wife was so excited because she knows whenever I go to Nigeria, I'll carry materials for her, like a daily. And I had bought 82 books. So I don't read too much, but I try to read. One of the best books I've read, which I would recommend that everybody must read. Actually, it's the book that is sold next to the Bible. It's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Yes. It's considered the book that has sold next to the Bible. The book that has sold the most is the Bible. And next to it is Think and Grow Rich. It's a good book. All of you must read that book. But I also recommend another book which I read in the recent past. I had read it long time ago. But when I read it recently, there are things that I understood that I had not understood. And I began to practice them. It's a small book. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. Now, this book made me to understand. I had never looked at it from that point. That when you earn a salary for 100,000, you actually have not earned. Because when you get 100,000, you will pay the landlord probably 20,000. So the landlord is the one who has earned. You will pay the shopkeeper another 10,000. So it's the shopkeeper who has earned. You will take your kids to play somewhere and they spend another 10,000. Those are the people you have not actually earned. So this is the book that helped me to know and challenge me Every time you earn, when you get 100,000, pay yourself first before you start paying other people. And so I started paying myself last year. I had a target of paying myself 500,000 by the end of the year. I think I reached 410 or something like that. So that book is good. You need to read. The other question is you asked about who motivates me or something. Well, there are many things that inspire me. One, I'm a car enthusiast. I just love cars. So anytime I do cars, I enjoy driving. I can drive. Oh, I just love. So partly that inspires me. But I also have a group of people who inspire me. Spiritually, I have very many mentors who inspire me. Bishop Oyedepo is one of the people who inspire me so much. You know, I look at the passion that he has for God. Look at the things, if you go to Nigeria, the things that he has done in Canaan land. You look at it, you say, is this one man? Just one man? Come on, him. He inspires me a lot spiritually. And of course, I have many other local ministers who I look at. Business-wise, I have also a battalion of people who I look up to. Some people who have a clear vision, who have a clear defined goals and things like that. There's a guy called Collins Gibent. He's the owner of a company called Diesel Power. Late, I've really been following him. You need to invite him for this. He will come. He will come, yes. Collins is down to earth, he will come. He's a great inspiration. I love him. He's a sharp guy. He's a focused guy. You know, he has a clear goal because he has also been through ups and downs. There's a time one of the things that really inspired me when we were sharing, he told me he went invested in Sudan in oil and lost 40 million. I said, come maybe see the answer. You know, those are things. So he inspires me a lot and a few other people. Yes. What was the other question? Having learned what business is about. I wish I invested more in learning. Like my wife said, I think my wife, before she makes move, I kept pushing her to start a school and she was like, no, no, no. She kept saying no. Because how she invests a lot, she will study. Me, I wake up and we are going. I mean, tuanze, tutasoma pende, twende Kakamega, tuanze, tutajulia pende. That is me, And so I wish I would have invested more in trying to learn how to run business. When I was born, my dad was a businessman. But my dad, uh, after a few years, maybe when he was still young, my dad in those 70s had a supermarket in Obuye. But when he decided to answer Kujua Paisha, things were not there. He had lost everything. And so if I had learned probably, maybe if I got mentorship and apprenticeship or something like that, it would have made me a better person. Maybe I would be moderate in taking risks. Because I remember when I was zealous, when Braxton began to be very successful, I opened a branch in Kakamega, opened another branch in Eldoret. I had 3 branches running. And so the headache of running 3 branches, uko na wafanyakazi, mteja anakuja kwa yard, wanamwambia sasa, because you're not there, you don't have systems. Wewe tu ni, unakuja kidogo, anakudanganya hapo, there's no systems. So the client, hii gari, hii imeuzwa. ama unamwambia hii boss anaitisha pesa mingi, mwingine 1.2 ndio kwa mwiti wapi na kweli wanaenda wanatolea kwa mwili, anaenda anaambia mwili tuko 1.1 au 1050, anakula 50 yake. So example ziko tu hapo, hajakuibia gari iko tu, but you're not selling. It goes to a place where sometimes unapata employees, one employee took money for clients, almost 8 billion, and then God lost. So those are the things I wish I had invested more in learning, trying to learn and get somebody to walk me the journey. Is there any other, maybe last question? Last one. Yes.
Niko na swali about money management.
Yes.
So hiyo ni challenge I guess kwa sisi vijana wadogo. Like mimi niko kwa beauty industry ama salon industry. Niko na pesa kabisa. Leo unalala uko na pesa, kesho hauna. Kesho una. So hizo expectations za watu wanadhania uko na pesa wenyewe hauna. Shida ni hiyo kumanage your pesa. How do you know?
Good.
Hiyo mambo ya pesa inakuanga tricky everywhere, isn't it? But it's good you've realized. You see, the most important kwanza ni kujua shida yako ni gani na kuweza kuidentify na kuinea. So kuna shida, pesa inaingia na ujui inaenda wapi. So one of the things in an organization or company or business, you need to have systems. System ya pesa hizi zinaingia aje. Kuweka rules kama hakuna maybe kushika pesa cash, pesa zote ziingie kwa paybill, zihit account. So no spending money until the money has hit the account. I don't know if that's what you do. Ama watu wengine wanakulipanga cash. No. So going forward, just make it a rule. Hata mtu akikuja na cash, kama kuna M-Pesa karibu, mwambie tu deposit there, please stay in cash and in M-Pesa. And nowadays most people have money in M-Pesa. Hiyo itahakikisha pesa yote ya biashara lazima ihit account kwanza ndio spend. Hiyo ni discipline number 1. Then number 2, now you need now to like structure your business and know pesa gani ikiingia inaenda maybe kwa operations. That means you're plowing back into the kununua hizo products nini, na pesa gani uanze kuweka maybe saving. And that is very important. Siku ya COVID, biashara mingi tuliumia sana, hata me was one of them. I learned the hard way. It is always important to have some saving for the business, not even for you, for the business. And then there's the issue that Mr. Fuller said of paying yourself first, so that you don't eat everything from the business. Unajua, even if you are self-employed, you have a salary. You put yourself on a salary. Sasa hiyo salary ndio yako kutumia kama nyumbani kunahitaji maziwa nini, lakini pesa ya biashara unaiweka separate. And then you have a portfolio where you channel. Kama inaenda saving, iende direct. Kama ni operations, kununua materials, hauguzi. So I think that one can really help you. But ukishika hivi cash, unaenda hapa, unapita hivi unanunua maembe, by the end of the month utajipata una pesa. Yeah, so just make sure you have very streamlined financial discipline and systems. So, anybody else can add?
I think best things that took me time to do was to put myself on a salary. You know, as a business owner. Na unajua ikiingiana tu hivi kwa M-Pesa, sasa hivi umewekwa WhatsApp group, sijui nani amekufa. Na wanaongea wanasipoe jamaa anatoanga akosangi.
Na ni pesa ya biashara si
Pesa ya biashara. So one of the disciplines that we have done is I earn a salary. And also, I'm the salesman number 1 in my company. So, the same way other people earn commission, I also earn commission.
Yes.
So, they calculate because we pay commission weekly. So every week, the person who calculates, I calculate commission here, everybody, even me, last week, simple one commission. I was 0. So this week, lazima make sure that when tomorrow is the last day, lazima make sure that I am commission. And once it is calculated, I'm also paid. When I am paid, before I pay now other people who are at your supermarket, I take a percentage of it and send it to my savings. That's the only way I can earn. Then now I can spend the rest.
Coffee Jamie. I was still listening until they told me I done. I have a question. How do you ask for money as a young person? Probably we have, I know there are certain antidotes. It is not very big. It is growing. So it still has potential of growing. He said he's a mechanic. I don't know about his business. There's someone who does mchumba. He said he owns a lab, Bureau Med lab. So this young person, if I want to grow my business, where do I go and ask for money? Or who do I ask for money from? Do I go to the bank? Do I go to friends or networks who have made it? Where do I ask for money? And how do I grow that money?
One of the challenges that business people or young business people go through is to want to live in the future. If you can organically grow your business. One time I took a loan, the bank, sometimes these bank people, I don't know if there's any banker here. But these bank people, when they see, because the nature of my business is bulk, 1 million, 1.5. So they came to me and told me, boss, we can give you 100 million. Nikajijaza nikasema yenyewe 100 million. So I borrowed 16 million. And this guy in the bank gave me 16 million, but to pay it within 3 years. And I had 2 other loans. So every month I was repaying 1 million. My repayment for loans was 1 million every month. So every month, and that time business ikaenda chini because out of the 16 million, I took part of the money nikanunua property. So the money that I invested in the business was about 4 million. So I was using 4 million to pay a loan of 16 million. It killed my business because I wanted to live where I was not. And so don't hurry in terms of borrowing loan. Wanja biashara yako improve that it can survive. Because if you keep feeding your business from outside, you will never know if your business is mature enough to stand on its own. So as much as watu wanakuchekelea, enda tu pole pole. Anasema uko na machines mzee, uko na viti mzee kwa saloni yako, survive nazo. So that ikugeneratie pesa, unaweza sasa grow. But if you hurry to take a loan, if you hurry to borrow money, you are killing that business.
Wow. That one actually deserve their cloud. Last question. Yes.
When you are starting, the discipline of, as Wafula said, separate your business, have a business name, have an account, and as money, keeps going through an account. If in future now you reach a place where you need a loan, they'll be looking at your discipline and how your account has been performing. But now, if you receive money and never put in the account, where will be the evidence that your business is able to take care of that loan. Number 2, have a portfolio of places where you can get resources. If you are young and starting and your brother, your sister can loan you, loan in haina pressure, the better. but kuna options kama za sacco ama watu wenye wako kwa chama, table banking zenye maybe interest yao ni kidogo. But before you do that, make sure what you want to do and the business you want to do is justifiable for taking the loan, and you will be so disciplined to make sure this money is returning whatever you have borrowed from. Yes.
Question. How do I ask? You say like a young person is starting up can ask for money from maybe a brother, a sister, someone who is doing well. How do I pitch myself to you for you to be able to see you can plow you can give your resources, your 50,000, your 10,000. Maybe I go to Deno, I'm a young person starting. I see Deno is doing well. How will I convince Deno to give me 20,000 or 10,000 to put into my business?
Well, there are so many dynamics to that because one, it will depend on your relationship with the person. But most importantly is, as I said, see, many people come to me for money, so many. And by virtue of experience or by virtue of having been in business, I am able to tell that this person has a future or this business has a future because you can see it. And I don't know if you watch Lions there. If you watch Lions there, you see the way these people think before they give money. Because somebody must demonstrate that they have moved from A to B and there's potential to move to C. But if most of the people they want to come, maybe they are startups, you look at the idea, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't have quite most of the time when someone has an idea, I see a lot this watu wenye wanataka kuingia politics. Hata ujaribu kumwambia bwana hapo wewe utaanguka. They are so convincing themselves. And most of them they want you to anakwambia nataka unisupport. Ground inasema ni mimi, And you're looking at it. Huyu mtu ameishi Eldoret, haendani nyumbani. Ameambuka tu siku moja, ameenda nyumbani, andaa wa MCA. And that happens with also this, there's people come up with ideas and they'll startups and they are so convinced in themselves. And so sometimes you look at it, you're like, this one, basically it depends on my business, my first capital, Muratson Motors, I was given by my brother. The first car I bought I was given by my brother, the money. Because I convinced him, I showed him, every day I was on the internet, I kept showing him, hii hapa kuna mbeno. So one day he told me, identify gari moja, and he gave me 162,000. That was the first money I paid for the first vehicle to import in 2007. And that's how I started the business. So it depends. If you're convincing enough, somebody will see. Mtu ataona tu huyu mtu kweli, huyu ametosha, ako na bidii. Like a young man, I saw a young man the other day. So this young man started, alianza na kutengeneza njugu. Na huyu kijana anachukua njugu, anachukua unga ngano, anakoti njugu na ana package. Na kijana anauza. So when he came that time, he had a savings of about 50,000. You see somebody like that, if you give them money, they have learned the value of a shilling. They know what a shilling is. Lakini mtu tu akuja bwana vile pia nianzishe you'll be wasting your money.
Getting fast before you go and ask for a shilling. Lastly, most of us young people, me included, sometimes we struggle with debts. we struggle with debt zenye tumepata kwa biashara. Maybe umechukua pesa, umeenda umeanzisha biashara imegonga mwamba. So how do you navigate debts? Uko na duka, maybe una retail shop, unauza tu hizi soda, chakula za kawaida, but you have arrears of rent, you have arrears of suppliers, you are like me, unafanya event hivi, inakuacha na deni. So how do you come out of it? How do you come out of debt? And how do you navigate a loss? Because hapa mmesema you lose 40 million. Mimi sijui hata 1,000 tu ninatafuta. I like eka nyumba upside down kutafuta 1,000 shilling notes. So I'm imagining, yeah, for you to say, I put there 40 million and lost, I'm 8 million and lost. How do you say that with a lot of cunning?
There's a guy who told us he's a billionaire. This cat. He told us for you to be a billionaire, ndio iko billionaire, you must be able to lose 1 billion na ulale usingizi. So you can evaluate yourself ukiwa kama hiyo kwa thousands, kwa hundreds of thousands, ama kwa but basically mostly you find people who struggle with debts, they have discipline issues. We don't like it when it's said, but it's a discipline issue. Because you want to, as we have said, you are not able to separate pesa ya biashara because ndio umeuza, ukienda church Sunday, umetoa sadaka yako, alafu kuna some giving ingine, so you get the money ya biashara you put. Then you start to struggle. Because within a short time, you must be able to know if your business is making profit or not. And if your business is making profit, why should you go into debt? It means you are not disciplined enough. And part of the discipline we are saying is you must be able to, as early as you can, I think God said yes, just starting his business, as early as you can. Biashara yako, jaribu, if you are earning on a daily basis, take something small, push it where you cannot withdraw it. There are circles, mostly the circle, there are circles that have like 3 different accounts. There's a share account, there's a transactional account, and a savings account. When you push the money on the savings account, you cannot withdraw it from your phone. But when you need a loan, they can give you against that money. When you want to wind up, they can take it back. So try as much as possible when the days are good, when the business is, because kuna kujanga siku ingine biashara inakuwa mbaya. Maybe the government comes up with a policy inafanya you are thrown out of business. Unakumbuka siku ya COVID, watu kama watend sasa kama wako wana savings wasurvive. Hata mtu ya sasa siku ya COVID utapeleka wapi? And you never know. Life is unpredictable. Tomorrow, you can get yourself into such a situation. So as early as possible, try to discipline yourself. Hii pesa ile unapata, calculate uone faida yako kama ni 1,000, chukua 200, tupa huko. Chukua 200, tupa huko. Your discipline, yani ukue nayo, you will never find yourself in debt. And if you find yourself in debt, they always say, if you are in a hole, stop digging. Because most of the time, kwa sababu ya pressure ya creditors, I always tell the bank, sometimes I get to a place, bank people wananiwekea pressure, I tell them, you cannot kill me because I'm the asset. So ukinisomea, ndio nifanye nini? Ndio nikufe, ndio sasa hii loan siko na insurance. I tell them, please don't come with that pressure. No. Don't call me kunisomea. Ask me how much you have today. yenye utaipunguza nayo hii jeni. Lakini sasa ukipigia pressure kuona utalipa, sasa bado ni yako, pesa sio yako tena, you know. Nobody has still the so the issue is, don't go to a Shiloh or submit yourself to pressure. Ati ndio huyu amenipigia sana ndio sasa utibe atipa hall. No. Face your creditor. Tell them I know I have not succeeded. Let me give you today 2,000. Allow me to see what I can give you next week. Most of the people, when they see that you have demonstrated goodwill to pay back, they will even be your friends. But ukihepa, uchukui simu, unakata, unadunga, sasa tena doesn't win. You know. So that's the way. Because at one point, you will need leverage, which is debt. We borrow in our businesses. We keep borrowing. And so if you know that you will need leverage in terms of debt, you need to start patterning your life with discipline.
Wow. Have we learned something?
Yes.
Have we gotten something to take home?
Yeah.
Senior, personally, I really learned a lot. Thank you so much, they were fullers. Wow, that is a lot. I have really learned. There's so many nuggets I'm going home with. Yeah, just to navigate even finances and life and think and not to be comfortable. Because I don't think I pay myself. Ukipata mshahara unapanga already na list. Alafu your list inaenda negative. Salary imeisha kujamaliza kusort what you're supposed to sort. So yeah, that one is a good take home plus so many others. We transition to the next session. Naona time imeenda na niliambiwa millennials ikifika 9 pm. Masaa ya kulala wameshajikunja kwa dume na chai moto hapo wakiwatch. Cartoon wakingoja kulala cartoon na wasuri. But there's something he has said about what do you watch. How many have ever watched The Lion's Den? Lion's Den is a si kipindi ya lion. Lion's Den is a business program. It's a good one. Personally, I've watched it. And then he also talks about The Apprentice. I used to watch The Apprentice when I cleared high school. The song is funny. So if you watch that, actually it's what made Donald Trump. So let us try and watch business programs if you're in business or if you think of going into business. Our next session is we want to give people a gift package. The fact that you came here, you're special. Tell your neighbor you're special. The fact that you came, you are special. Now, tell a good thing is misbehave. So, as we give our gifts package, there's something I want to explain. Gift packages. Ndio ukienda nyumbani usiende tu na some of us when you're given gifts utaenda uiweke hapo. Alafu siku yenye unafanya tarakini ya nyumba na unakumbuka kumbe ilikuwa. So, let me explain so that as we go home we know what you're going to do. Sawa. But before that, he said something. Network. Network how? Strategically. Network strategically. You are in this room. To me, if I didn't know, if I was new in this room, basically I know most people here, maybe 70%. But if I was new, the first person I would interact with in line of my job would be Dr. Edith. That's the first person I would be interested in. Then nimaliza Dr. Edith, niende kwa the Wafulas. Nikimaliza kuinteract na the Wafulas, niende kwa mom. Why? Because I'm in the health field. I am in business. I'm doing Eagles Connect. So in health, I will get something from Dr. Edith. In Eagles Connect, I'll get something from the Wafulas. I am in ministry. Sometimes I stand in places and preach. I will go to mom and ask her, how have you done it for this over 30 years? So in this room, as we're starting to give gifts, please network strategically. Mlisikia watu wakijiintroduce. Angalia ni nani unaweza get something from them. Sawa. Even Sia said he's a procurement officer. Watu wenye wanafanya biashara. Bwana asifiwe. Dr. Didi is a CEO. Si wa level 4 peke yake. Wa a whole sub county. Watu wa I do supplies. Niko nawapatia hit. Mtanilipa. Mtanilipa, si ndio? Watu wa branding. But then this Dennis. Unajua alisema alitushtua hapa tunajua mkiona governor, mkiona president ni mimi. Acha mkiona Eagles Connect ni yeye. Msishuke. He's the one who did this. So, usiogope kwenda kuomba deno biashara. He supports. Ukiona hizi cards, anything Eagles Connect branded, name tag, anything Eagles Connect, it is him. So he does for small, kama mini startups, paka wale wa juu. So, network strategically. Sawa. So this is an opportunity. Don't be in a rush. Time imeenda. Don't chase time. Chase your destiny. Sawa. So I have this package. And this package is because you're a special person, you can. Sit down. One in this package, I have this tin. Even you're laughing, why? I have this tin. This tin has a sticker in it. For example, this one is written, I am a child of God. Alafu hapa kando, hapa imeandikwa the battle. Kale. It's written, the battle. The battle belongs to God. This is just one. Alafu this is a different one. Imeandikwa trust in the Lord. So we have this, each package has a tin. And this tin is for you to do something about this tin. Every day when you wake up in the morning or when you go back at home, what are you grateful for? Most of us at the end of the year, you blame the year so much. Sijafanya hii, sijapata hii. Hii mwaka imekuwa ngumu. This thing is called a gratitude thing. So everything that makes you smile every day. Hata kama tuleo ulienda kazi ama ulikuwa unatembea kwa street, mtu akakwambia you look good today. Write it down. At the end of the year, when this is a small thing, but you can get yourself a big thing, a gratitude thing. At the end of the year, you realize, even at the end of the week, just try every day, anything good that happens to you, write it. Anything. Hata tu ile umeenda mahali mtu amekuvurutia kitu. You realize that at the end of the week, or at the end of the year, at the end of the month, when you'll be opening this gratitude tin, ukiangalia the small things, the small wins, you smile. And you realize there's so much in life than the losses, than the pain. So this is meant to do that. The small wins, the things that make you appreciate life, the things that make you smile every day. Andika. Ndio maana imeandikwa I'm a child of God. Wewe ukipata yenye imeandikwa I'm a child of God, every day read it and remind yourself I'm a child of God. Every day read it and remind yourself the battle belongs to God. Sawa. So, know your gratitude. Write the small wins. Write the things that have made you smile every day. Just karatasi, write. Kunja drawings here. You can say at the end of the week, unafungua at the end of the month, unafungua at the end of the year, unafungua unasoma. Sawa. Then, so it has this skin and it has a pen. A fancy pen. Unaona si kalamu ya kawaida ya big. Yani kalamu ile inakuvutia tu kuandika, si ndio? Yani when you look at this pen, hata kama umekuwa na a very rough day at work or in business, you look at this pen, you smile as you write your gratitude. Sawa. Then each one has very nice stick notes. These are very beautiful. They make you smile. They make your day end well. So kuna different sticky notes. Easy tu nitakuonyesha how to start, but you will buy more for yourself. If this one can maybe help you write for maybe a week or two, but now you will keep writing. Sawa sawa. Then tumeambiwa you have to read. So each packet has a book. So this book, and if you listen to them, they were saying categorically reading. They have read something, has read a book, The Rich Babylon, The Rich Man in Babylon. That one I look for it, The Rich Man in Babylon. Books are very key. If you want to get rich, if you want to navigate the marketplace and this world, in the corporate world, read. So this book is called Redesigning Your Business. It's written by CJ Atem. Nani najua CJ Atem? Yeah. And then I happened to interact with CJ Atem again through Eagles Connect. Last year, December, we had a meeting, and he's the one who came to speak to us. So this time nikamwambia, I am doing a meeting, and it's a marketplace meeting. Akaniambia, no, I will sell for you these books at a discounted price. So he sold me this book. I won't tell you how much, but at a discounted price. And he signed himself. Zimesainiwa na yeye. It took time to sign. So there is this, it's called Redesigning Your Business. And I'll tell you, read this book together with what they have told us and gauge your life. It will not be the same. So that's how. And then something, again, if you want people to take you serious, have a book. Maybe someone has invited you for a date. Go with the book. As you wait for that person, usishinde tu umepiga simu ama TikTok shooting content. Read. Read the book. Hata kama usomi, fungua tu kitabu. It says something about you. You are traveling kwa matatu ama kwa flight. Have a book. Develop a culture of reading. Sawa sawa. In the office, have a book. At your business place, have a book. At least read something. Sawa sawa. Then nikawasaidia na to develop a culture of reading. This is the fancy highlighter. I do highlighter. Highlight as you read, you highlight. Yani imagine someone seeing you with this book and this highlighter. It looks good, sindio? It's what, sindio? So that is what comprises our gift hamper. Sawa sawa. So yeah, kila mtu likely atapata. But now, and then we have again this book. This one is called Sound Mind. This one I wish to give it to. This one I wish to give it to. There are very few, so I'll give it to specific people. Like my boss who deal with human resource. Yes, about a year, some money now inside. Yeah, to read people's mind. And just understand how do I navigate these people? Senior. So I will ask our guests. They are the ones who will. If so unakuja tunapatiwa hamba, unapiga picha, si ndio? Na unafurahia. Sawa sawa. But remember to, kama leo, please go and write what has made you happy today. What has made you smile today? Write it, put it. You'll realize life is very easy to navigate. You realize the pressures are going down. When unaanza kuandika chini, you realize, hey, by the way, watu 8 leo wamenikasirisha, but there are these 2 people who have made me smile. Leo nimepewa sijui mtoto ni mgonjwa, sijui amefukuzwa fee, sijui amefanya nini, but there's that person who just met me in the street na akanibaia pineapple ya gentle. That one will make you smile and it will help you ease the pressure. So we can have some music to keep piano gifts. Now I will start with our guests and I will ask my boss to be the one to give to the guests and to Mama. Chosen generation. We are chosen generation. God is healing me. I'm going to with the calling on the show, he's excellent. Where he says I life, I know why I am. We say, oh, free to socialize. Feel free to socialize with people around you and next to you. And sell the brand of Eagles Connect wherever you go. Speak well about Eagles Connect. And when you do next year, bring someone else. Bring 2 people with you. Sindio? Now that you have seen, so tukisema next year we are doing another dinner, tag along 1 or 2 people with you. Sawa. May we say the grace? Then we can live at our own pleasure. Sindio? May the grace and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forevermore. Amen.
Calendar. In the calendar 2026.
What do we say?